Hey guys, we're gonna just go ahead and move on to the next video. This is the Ragland video. I'd like to think that I started figuring things out a little bit better on this video. I think that the beats and the timing are a lot better. Um, One important thing. Hold on, I'll pause it I'll pause it so we can look at something. One the most important thing when making a hype video is making sure you find the right song. So even if I have the footage, I mean, I may start filtering it out and getting rid of all the bad plays, but before I can really do anything, I have to find the right song. And it doesn't have to be necessarily the right song, it just has to be a good enough song to make a video to. Otherwise, you literally have no base work or framework to base what you have off of. So, the first step to making one of these videos is finding the music, in my opinion. And I think other people would agree with me that make stuff. I don't know, I'm the only person I know that makes these types of videos. But yeah, you have to find the right music. So after I used that really good song in the last video, I was like, well, shoot, I gotta start finding some good music to do the rest of these hype videos for. Because I don't really listen to like this epic, dramatic hype music on my own. So I had to go look for some. Thankfully, I have a playlist on YouTube that I use to make sure if I find any notable songs that I could use for videos, any type of videos. And I was just going through it, looking for songs, and I found this one. I think it's called Dreams, and it's pretty good. Um, after West End, which I think is the next video, we start running out of music that I knew of prior to making the video. The next video has a song that I knew before making the video, a few years before actually, and I was like, oh, this would be really good, but we'll get onto that in the next video. So going into the Ragland game, I mean, the process, I guess I'll talk about the process of making the videos and kind of the crunch time that would go into them. So, obviously I'm a student, go to Westbrook, got a bunch of school or whatever, who cares, whatever. So I would record once after the first game. I would record every single play of every single game, plus stuff before the game, and plus stuff after the game if there's anything notable after the game happening. Like after the Cleveland game, we had that awesome celebration after the Cleveland game, but we didn't really have that after. I mean, we celebrated, but didn't really have anything crazy after Ragland. What was I saying? So yeah, I would record all the plays. While we're on offense, I would usually stick about 10 yards in front of where we were going, because if there was anything cool happening on offense, it'd probably be ahead of or near the first down marker. And on defense, I'd pretty much be in line with the enemy offense, and because if anything cool is going to happen, it'll probably be behind the line of scrimmage. So that was while I recorded. So I record all the footage. And then I would get the footage from Coach Chad probably about Tuesday or Wednesday. I would probably get it Tuesday. And Wednesday, I would go through all the footage, get rid of all the bad plays, and just get all the good plays, anything that was interesting. And then I would lay out the song, and then start putting the songs to music, get the stuff, synced up so it'd make cool hits and, it'd make everybody excited. And then I would apply the effects on after it that would change the tone of the video or change how things looked. Like this video is a little bit, this video is pretty plain actually. It's a little more saturated than reality. Most of the videos are. It's a little bit more saturated, but there's nothing really crazy going on. I didn't use any glow or anything yet. I use that later on in the videos when it's a little bit more of a, angelic warrior type, like Ohatchu, we're the underdogs and we gotta beat the guys that are better than us, technically better than us. But for this video, just do that and then render it out. And rendering is basically where you just take your edited video and mash it all together in one final product, and that can cause so many problems. I couldn't even tell you all of them. It takes hours to render a video, and if there's one thing that's wrong with it, I gotta go back and render it again. So, I would have to have all this ready by Friday to give to Coach Phillips Friday morning, so that we could play them at the pep rally. And don't get me started on the technical difficulties that happened behind the scenes during pep rallies. It's hectic, and you probably wouldn't understand it anyway. So, yeah. So we'll just get on to the video. The song is like angelic at the beginning, so I start with a prayer. I thought that was kind of cool. And this is just warm up videos, stuff like that. That's a great shot of Cox. Um, Another epic slow motion shot. I love that part right there because it's like it's like something cool is about to happen and it stops because of that noise. And then I cut to kind of one of the only moments where, not only, but like of the shots where the whole team is getting hyped up. That kind of turned into a motif, and I use that later on in other videos. And then we cut right back into the action when PJ catches the ball. Um, yeah, I'd like to think that just the syncing is a little bit better. You heard the ref's whistle right as the scene changes. Here in this shot, when Cox throws the ball to Brandon, it's so quiet, but you can hear the ball. You can hear the noise of the ball on his gloves when he catches it, and it syncs right into the music, which I think is pretty cool. Oh, sorry, the next shot. This is just John Ross running. My bad. Right here. Because the song does like this little sigh noise, and you hear like the clap of the ball on Brandon's gloves. The ref got in the way. Oh well, that happens. Slow motion shot. This is one of the best runs in my opinion that John Ross had. He's just carrying four dudes on him into the end zone. That's awesome. Got some celebration stuff. This is when okay. So I didn't have a shot of this because by the time we get towards like I think that's just the 24-yard line. When we get close to our end zone, I try to get behind the goalposts so I can get as close to the celebration or the shot as possible. So I didn't have this. If I was on the sideline, I would have had this perfectly. Thankfully, Chad recorded it. So our brilliant quarterback, Jackson Cox, decides it's a good idea to just, lead with the crown into this guy, even though he's pretty much our only quarterback. Just leading the crown, just run him over. Don't run out of bounds or, try to juke or jump over him or anything. I guess I wouldn't jump over him. It's a little stupid, but he just runs right into him. It was made for an awesome play, but not very smart if you're a coach. But awesome, awesome little tackle. People got hyped about that, and so did Cox. Just a touchdown to John Ross. Little pass. This is us just kind of pushing the team back. I thought that was cool. It's not really that cool, but it's all of us just pushing that guy back. So a little halftime. David punches Dayton right there in the head. I kind of didn't really notice that until I'd already finished it, and I was like, I hope no one gets like upset about that because he's got a helmet on, he's fine. But I feel like someone might get upset about that, but no one did. So, and then this is just us preparing during halftime, and yep, got to rep the best Bible teacher at Westbrook, and then headed back in. This is the best. This is the whole drop of the video, so I start zooming in and out, adding a little bit of light to it. And then, right when the beat drops, I boost the lighting and I zoom in a little bit and get all the stuff. So, here, this part of the video, it's all action from this point on. After the big hit happens, it's all pretty much action. And the song wasn't like that. The song, it does, it has the drop and then it does probably about 10 seconds or 15 seconds of action. I had to extend that about 20 seconds. So I had to kind of cut and paste and make sure that the audio sounded, still exciting and didn't just quit on us while this cool stuff was happening. So here's what I like to call the patented play where PJ runs around and doesn't get tackled for a long time. PJ just has this great ability to just evade tackles. He may not get a bunch of yards, but he just doesn't get tackled. The man just has to get tackled by 4 people. It's crazy. This is a great sack slash, fumble. You can't really tell it's a sack because I didn't have a good shot of it, so I had to use the game cam. And the game camera was not very good, as you could tell. I don't know what was up with it. We're home, so I don't know why it was so bad. It was on the opposite side of the field. Is probably why it was bad. But yeah, if you can tell what that blob is, that's Luttrell just running into the guy and beating his chest, which is probably the only reason I used it because he had a cool celebration. Luttrell was good about having celebrations, as you probably know. And this is just the last touchdown, last play, and it's a great run by Hunter, and PJ gets excited. I like it too. And I wanted for the end of this video, I wanted to have like this cool, like grungy, like like just hard metal, like we kind of have that theme around the one around the weight room where it's just like, like grungy. I actually had to make this picture. It took a good bit. I found, layers of steel and then layered another layer of steel and then another one. I had to, cut all the pieces out and make it so it was transparent, so when it comes down it's not just, a picture. The video is still behind it. Um, the logo was attached. I had to make the logo transparent aside from the logo itself, but it's attached to this triangle of the steel, and this steel is separate. They're just pictures, but I had to motion track them to do this little clang, and then I add some motion blur and some shake, so it looks like it actually clanged pretty hard, and then it just gets back to normal, and then we have our record. Um, yeah, so that was Ragland. I think that's all I really need to say about it. So yeah, thanks for watching.